Cool.
No, it suffers from the key press issue that David fixed on the UI version.
Oh yeah.
The issue.
They can just be experimental things for a moment. So I guess we should start with pull request like normal. So faraway mistake extension method.
Yeah, this is just we had it in one of the tests last time, and it was just we wanted to put the ghost for a long way away from PacMan so that he didn't get eaten.
Yeah.
So I just pulled that off into an extension method somewhere. Yeah.
I noticed in the comments you put to ensure that PacMan and ghost don't meet accidentally, but far away is applied to a cell.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. Get in.
Oh yeah, and the second one was just merging in the support for writing bots for PacMan.
Yeah, I noticed you created a few. So we now support name pipe bots, socket bots,
yeah,
and a standard in-out bot on projects.
Yes. Yeah, and then there's the bot toolkit, which if you're writing in a .NET language, you can reference that, which gives you some algorithms. Like the link cell graphs and shortest distance between 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So models is the is the structure of the JSON that's used to be passed between the main game and the bot.
When you do shortest distance between 2 points, are you calculating the graph each time?
No. So if everything goes to plan, there's an initialize method that gets called once that calculates the graph. And then each time you play the next move, you assume that the graph hasn't changed. Right. So you still need to calculate the shortest distances again because PacMan's probably moved. But
that's what I mean. You still do you calculate the shortest distance every time from whatever object. So if you said what's the distance from PacMan to the closest pill, and then you said what's the distance from, well, if you do it from PacMan to something else, you've already got that. But then if you do from the ghost to that pill or something like that, you'd have to calculate that again, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. When you do the calculation, you pass in your starting location and it returns you a distances object, which has got all the distance to each cell on there. Yeah, so if you want to work out the distance from a ghost as well, you'd have to call that a second time.
Call it a second time, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure whether because you can't do it's you're doing every single point, aren't you, rather than junctions? So you can't calculate a.
I did wonder about whether you could just calculate all of them in the initialize event and then just cache them away, because there are only so many locations.
Or even take a list of all the junction points and the distances between the different junctions.
Yeah.
More like a navigation would do or something. Yeah. I was going to play with it as well.
Does you created this bot. Is this a bot what you plug into all the different?
Each of the 3 examples has got the same bot in it at the moment.
Just using the Screedy bot.
Yeah. I did think about putting that out into another class, but I haven't done. Into another project and sort of reference that.
How many things did you implement in the in Greedy bot? Chase the dot, obviously.
Yeah. So the one in the standard input, standard output is like the most advanced version at the moment. Which so it finds the nearest coin or power pill. And we'll head towards that unless it's going to be within 5 squares of a ghost in that direction, in which case it would go a different way.
Unless it's going to be within 5 squares if you go into that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it because...
that's 5 squares of a ghost that's not edible.
Yeah. If you go in... If you're here and there's a pill in front of you and there's a ghost in front of that...
Yeah.
I was trying to work out whether you could trace the the direction the ghost is going in, because you can follow the ghost quite safely because it can't turn around. And I was trying to think through whether you could do, when you do the path tracing back, whether you could start in the direction that the ghost was going and then trace that and see if that's, and then I thought, thought for another day.
Yeah, that's it. I think there's quite a few things you could do to improve it. It's just, it's quite sort of simple.
It's quite complicated.
Yeah, it starts to get, yeah. So the other big change I made is the setup in game, or Form 1, I think it is. So this is now like a fluent sort of setup.
Right. So subscribe just returns the game back.
Yeah, so like there, for example, when
add keyboard, add sounds, add dot. Yeah. Does that part do?
Yeah, that's this thing. So yeah, I wasn't too happy with this code particularly, but so it takes in the command line arguments. If the first one's minus pipe name, for example, it's going to use name pipes and host name and process. But that probably needs refactoring, but I couldn't think of a particularly sensible way of doing it. Also, could probably do with some error handling as well, because things like host name, it expects it to be DNS name, colon, port number, and will just die if you don't give it a numeric port, things like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, some feedback. You can. There's I can't remember what it's called. There's some NuGet packages that actually sort of like quite a lot of like command arguments out where they split into commands and whatever.
Yeah. I thought it would be nice to have some sort of more like an options pattern as well. We do dot add bots and then gives you options, and you do options dot name pipes transport or something like that. A bit more like when you're setting up .NET Core. Yeah.
It'd be quite cool to list that and see if like try to get people to actually build one.
Yeah.
It'd be quite nice. So I think what we was going to work on. What was going to work on last time? We mentioned something.
We wondered about doing the ghost house, or we could do the fruit, or because at the moment the ghosts don't come out of their house, do they, at the beginning?
No, because they're sort of stuck in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the path strategy doesn't work because there's too many free squares in there. You could almost, if you filled the middle in with wall, so that it was just a path like that around the outside, they would then get to a junction and come out.
Oh yeah.
Although they might not, because they might still think that going left will still be closer to you than going up.
Do they just like walk out?
No, they sort of bounce around inside a little bit, and then they sort of slide across and out.
Let me just have a look. So they stick like still, and then
it slides to the middle and then goes out. Yeah. Yeah, so they're jumping up and down, and then they slide to the middle. So I guess that's heading straight for the door.
Yeah, so they go up and down for a bit, and then go to the middle and then come out.
Yeah. So we said they go to the door rather than go.
Oh, David's laptop.
Maybe it's frozen.
Such a good position.
Yeah. Yeah, they're slightly complicated by the fact that they're aligned to half squares as well.
The what, sorry?
They're aligned to half squares, halfway across a cell. So when they bounce up and down, they actually bounce from 14.5 to 15.5. So otherwise they overlap the scenery.
All right.
So if they stand there, they overlap the wall above. And if they stand on 16, they overlap the wall below. So they actually go from 14.5 to 15.5. I mean, we can do ours from 14 to 16.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Because the normal walls, the game walls are all outside of the path, as it were. So they're away from the path, whereas the ghost walls are inwards towards the ghosts because they're double thickness.
Yeah, yeah. I see what you mean.
David, coming back.
No, still nicely frozen.
Did you do a script? Did you do a live share? Did you?
No, I didn't say that.
I like that little drawing that you've got that's in the corner of that board. You know where it's got the code overview on the right hand side on the margin, left a bit, up, level with the top. I can't. No, to the right by the scroll bar. By the code.
Oh yeah.
Where there was a little picture of it.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually. So you lost internet.
How did you reply then?
Oh, it's actually dropped out as well. I have like oh yeah, because they have Rover now at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, they're overlapping because they're on they're on 15 and 16 there.
Either that, or we can have a thing where they just stand still, because we do have a standing still thing in the actual as a strategy, don't we? So we can say standing still,
yeah.
And then if they're standing still, we can just animate them a bit or something.
Yeah, we'll have to put that as something to be able to get across the renderer.
Because it's good.
Hello again.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, router just disconnected.
Oh, that's nice. Because they could just stand still, and we could animate them a bit, like where they are.
You could have them looking up and down for a start, so that you can alternate their direction.
Yeah. Because
well, if they're looking up and down and they're standing still, we can then add the half square. So if they're looking up and they're standing still, then we could subtract half a square, and if they're looking down, we can add half a square.
is there any other thing in the board where it does that as well? Or are they always in the middle?
They're always in the middle, apart from as they come out the ghost door, because they need to come out between those two, the two pieces, so they have to come out halfway between them.
banana. So I think you can get away with them just standing still. And then they stand still for X amount of seconds, and then they move. It's going to probably break loads of tests.
The doors are right pain because they're supposed to sit. They've got to overlap the door. To overlap the door, they've got to be at, I don't know what it is, 14.5, 13.5. Otherwise they come out over the wall. And of course, whilst they're in 13.5, they're kind of, which cell are they in?
That's just a special case when they're on a
special case, yeah.
Exit strategy sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a state because they've got, technically you've got in the ghost house, which means you're on a jiggle. And then you've got leaving the ghost house. To leave the ghost house, you've got to align yourself with the door and then come, once you're aligned, come up until you're into the play area.
Yeah.
So you can do it as two states.
Yeah.
And then deal with it once, and then deal with the state properly once they're out.
Okay.
You can animate them correctly because you can say if they're in ghost house state, take their Y position and add half the direction. Can we do that? You might be able. Probably can't do that because the renderer is in cells, so you'd have to convert it all to decimals to do it. What else could you use?
So what I'm thinking is like we could just have it standing still.
Yeah.
At the moment, and then just say the point to where we want it to go is here. You know, so we can have a directed point, which is outside.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely two problems, isn't it? There's the engine part, which is getting it out of the house, and then the UI rendering it is a different issue.
Yeah. Because
do we want a test which is something like a ghost connects at the house then, which means it goes to the door and out.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we should pass that in as like a parameter of how long they wait for kind of exiting.
Don't they have different rules though, based on how many pills have been eaten and so on?
You want the rules?
Yeah.
You don't, honestly. The rules are.
Well, I think if we do it rule based, we can just literally just plumb in a rule into a ghost.
Yeah.
And when you create the ghost, it has
that rule.
Exit strategy, exit rule, or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
And then that just gets evaluated and says, "Can I leave yet?"
Yeah.
And then if it says yes, it goes and swaps its own strategy to say, "Go leave."
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's
basically its current strategy, isn't it? In fact.
Yes.
When you initialize the ghosts, that's the current strategy, is how it gets out of the house.
When you initialize it.
When we initialize the ghost at the moment, we pass in its own strategy, which is like direct to point or whatever, and it also has a current strategy.
So the current strategy should be leave house.
Yeah, which may not actually do anything if it's not ready to leave yet.
Yeah.
But then wouldn't how would you pass in its own strategy or its normal strategy into it?
Yeah. Well, you just pass both in.
As another parameter into Ghost.
Yeah. All I mean is I don't think we need another variable, not it matters, but I don't think we need another variable in Ghost because I think we just set it to be the current strategy. Because at the moment, they initialize with the current strategy being the same as their strategy.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So all we do is instead of doing that, we just pass in the how do I get out of the house strategy.
Yeah.
No, well, no, actually, it doesn't work, does it? Because when they die, what happens when they die then? So
when they die, they'll have to. Well, when they die, when you eat them, normally turn into points first.
Yeah.
So displays points. Then they turn into eyes, and the eyes run back to the ghost house.
Yeah.
Once the eyes are in the ghost house, they'll turn back to a ghost, and then the leave algorithm kicks in, and then they eventually leave.
So does the same rules get applied, or do they leave different
No,
rules?
Well, it's a bit of a mess.
They just leave straight away, don't they? I'd say.
No. The actual rules, you've got it. Firstly, depends on what level, and then you've got a pill counter. So Pinky, it's only one ghost is active at a time, and the pill counter counts on that particular ghost, and the ghost has a limit to how many pills need to be eaten before it comes out. And then once that ghost is gone, the pill counter switches over to the next ghost, and so on. So Pinky's always at 0, so he leaves straight away. And then the other two, I don't know, it's like 30 and 60. But if they go back into the ghost house, no, if you die, then that turns off, and it becomes a generic pill counter, a global pill counter. And then if the pill counter gets to 7, Pinky comes out. If it gets to 15, Inky comes out. And if it gets to 32, Clyde comes out. If it gets to 32, it resets back to 0. If Clyde doesn't come out from there, it doesn't reset, so it then runs through. And then from there onwards, it counts how long it was since you last ate a pill.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I don't know whether they wrote that or that just
it just kind of happens, yeah. Because
I think they just wrote some code and then somebody deciphered it and said, "What does it actually do?" I don't think they wrote that. That's a crazy plan.
Does seem quite a lot of.
It's a lot of logic just to get a ghost out of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So you could just do, if you want to keep it simple, do a pill counter. As that's generally what it's based on.
Yeah, so I think we can test the ghost and say it swaps to a different strategy based on, because I think we need the current strategy. Yeah, it's this one, isn't it? The current, we have current strategy, scatter strategy. What's this strategy? That's a strategy.
That's its normal strategy, like Blinky heads towards
you. Whilst before we do anything, should we rename that?
Yeah.
Another strategy in, but it's.
What's this one?
It's like its attack strategy, isn't it?
It's the chase strategy, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then probably that one as well. Yeah. That's going to make it a lot easier when we get the
Yeah.
That can make more sense. And then we have the current one, which is plumbed in as the literally the
chase one. Yeah.
These are both chase strategies. Let's go. Chase strategy. So what we're saying is we should add another parameter onto here, which is the leave house
strategy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. That certainly solves the initial problems.
Yeah.
And then that becomes the default one.
Yeah.
That's going to break quite well. Would that strategy be able to change the other strategies? Because at the moment you can't do that, can you?
I don't think it will break anything because, well, it's going to break all the tests anyway because we're adding an extra parameter to the constructor.
Yeah, but how is
it to be the same as the current one? That'd be fine.
How is that strategy going to change this current strategy? So say it's the get out of house strategy and it's like standing still, standing still, standing still. Now I can move because my rules being evaluated as true.
Yeah.
And he walks out the thing and then it's like, oh, I need to change back to my chase strategy now.
Yeah. So it would have to change its own strategy, won't it? It will go, I'm now outside the house. I'm going to swap strategy.
But the strategies can't change strategies, can they?
No.
So what I'm thinking is, do we need to wrap the chase strategy or whatever strategy it is in a leave house strategy or initial? I don't know.
I think we need a test. Let's write a test, and then we can TDD it, can't we? It'll all work out fine.
I've shared the link, by the way, in the Slack.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I kind of understand that. It's just how it's pieced together from the game changing the ghost state. Unless you pass an action inside of it to how it changes it, which we could do. So the strategy knows how to change an individual ghost.
Yeah.
So you pass in a function into that strategy, what says, go change me to a...
Can we not? No, I was thinking, can we not raise an event that then does it?
Well, it's kind of similar to just passing in a function to raise an event. Because the game's a bit, that game actions is where we change all the...
Well, that's what I'm thinking is we send it back to the game actions and tell it that we need to.
Well, to be fair, move already changes its location and direction. Why can't that change its strategy as well?
Move.
So on Ghost,
Yeah.
we're going to be calling move, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at some point, it's going to decide actually. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So that it's not the Ghost would have to understand it needs to change, not the.
Yeah. So the current strategy, what's getting reevaluated each time, we could get.
So on 41, we're basically saying, is the strategy active or not? Have we finished with it?
Yeah.
No, we can't. Yeah, but we can't change the strategy, can we? Because we're in the Ghost.
Well, we can.
Are we?
Yeah, we can change the strategy because we return a new instance of the Ghost anyway.
Yeah. So you're saying on 50 we can return the Ghost with the new strategy.
Yeah. So the problem comes is we need some change to strategy. So it's not just get next direction. It's also have we finished with this strategy?
So.
Do we even need a strategy to do that? Can we just say like in here, if waiting to leave?
Yeah. Maybe it's not a strategy. Maybe we just pass in a rule which is, it says how do we leave?
Yeah, we just don't do the current strategy if we're waiting to leave.
Yeah. Maybe it's not a strategy at all.
Well, it could be still a strategy. Oh wait, we don't.
Why don't we have, if we do it on a pill counter, well, instead of passing in the strategy, why don't we pass in the number of pills which need to? Why don't we create the Ghost with the number of pills which need to be eaten to leave the Ghost house? And then in here, if you're currently on waiting to leave, then you run. You do if waiting to do the. Can I edit?
Unable to.
I'm on read only.
Yeah. It says you're trying to create a file.
Yeah, I'm read only.
It says you're trying to create a file. Unable to open file.
Unable to open file. Let me close that.
Oh yeah, you're all on read only.
Yeah.
Well. Make read right. Yeah.
I think it's all read only.
Oh, that's better.
I won't write anything anyway, probably, so it's fine.
Yeah. I still think we need an exit rule, which in this constructor we just pass in the number of pills for now.
Yeah. Passing the number of pills
into some exit rule object, and that's the thing we then supply when we create a Ghost.
Yeah. So it's like rule doc
evaluate or
can exit.
Exactly.
And then if you can exit, then do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I suppose you need something else which says.
Well, I was thinking about wrapping up 48 to 59 inside. If we're waiting to leave, don't do 48 to 59.
Yeah. I think you need some kind of state against it as well. What says, am I like in the house? So like, if in house.
Yeah.
then
because we're going to do different things. If you're in the house, you're going to be doing bobbling. If you're on your way out of the house, then you need to be heading for the door. And if you've reached the door, then you're no longer in the house, as it were, in which case you can run the normal code at that point.
I think you should be able to just throw the game in there, to be fair, because the exit role can just be anything we like.
Yeah.
And then if we're waiting if we can leave, then we then exit using some kind of pattern of moving towards some point.
You can leave.
We need to know where we know where the doors are, don't we?
The doors are, yeah.
Is that on here?
There is this thing about whether it turns
does.
left or right when it comes out the door, though, isn't there?
You turn left when you come out the door, but unless there's been a change direction, in which case it will do its utmost to turn right when it comes out. So generally, ghosts always turn left out the door.
Okay.
Unless there's a change direction triggered. Is it triggered? Oh, I can't remember. Turn left out the door. I think it will be safest. They generally turn left.
Yeah. So in-house is going to be some state on the ghost, then, isn't it? Or is it?
Yeah.
Or do we know because we don't know in the house?
No,
so
we don't.
That's hard to work out generically.
Yeah. I think in-house is something that it'll have to be state on the ghost. It'll be something that we'll have to trigger.
No, we can work that out though, can't we? We know if we're in the house quite easily by just looking on game. Like if we've got a wall around us and a door, we're in the house.
Yeah.
I think.
So in any direction we can't go more. Well, you can do it. It's just tricky.
Yeah.
I guess you find the closest wall, you follow it round,
Yeah.
and if you get back to where you started, you're in the
house.
In a house.
Does
that always work? No, it doesn't always work.
That would no. You'd have to.
Well, that would always work. Cause
no, there'd be places outside where that could be true. Because if you're doing like a left wall hug algorithm,
yeah,
like where there's squares in the middle, you'd still think you're in the house.
Yeah, because wherever you stand.
Where in the board would that be?
Top left.
In here?
Yeah. So if
you went up, if you went left or something.
No, I mean if you check to your right.
If you what?
If you follow the wall to the. Oh, okay. So.
No, but if you were standing on row 12 and you said go to the nearest. Oh no, you couldn't.
No, because it wouldn't work. Because if you said follow this all the way around, you'd end up over here with no wall next to you. If you check a right, you'd end up here, and you go around this bit, and you're like, oh, I'm not inside.
Yeah. What you say is you can only go forward or turn left, and if you get back to the beginning without coming across any exits, then yes, you must be in the home. Yeah, that works, doesn't it?
If you go forward,
you can only go full. You go forward until you hit a wall.
Yeah.
Then you can once you hit a wall, you have to turn left, and you keep going forward until you hit another wall.
Yeah.
Turn left, keep going forward to hit another wall. Turn left, keep going forward, and so on. And then if after 4 or less you're back to a point you've already been at, then you know you're in a square, don't you?
But that would happen. That would happen on row 2 if you're at row 2 at that junction.
Oh yeah, but whilst you're doing that, there are no right turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are no right turns anywhere.
Yeah, either that, or you go to the ghost door.
Yeah. Trace
the walls around it, and is the point that you're on encapsulated in that?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking that one where you just get your door, and then follow the door around to get all the grid and say, "Am I in here?"
Yeah, you could follow
the max
to get.
You know the max and min of it, where this is, don't you?
Yeah.
So you just need these points here, and you can get them by following the door.
Yeah.
So you get X, Y there, X, Y there, X, Y there, X, Y there, and then you say, "Is my position in this X, Y?"
Are we assuming the ghost house is always a rectangle?
Oh.
Yeah. This is the problem with a lot of these rules is that.
Because if so, that's fine, and that's going to be the easiest.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Oh, no. I was going to say it doesn't matter because we're going to put their starting positions in, but it would if we cut the corner off and let the ghost walk around the corner in the actual play area. You'd say they were in the house, wouldn't you?
What do you mean?
Well, if the ghost house put would you put a test in? Say, is the ghost house a square, or would that just be on the loader an exception?
The thing is, if we did it like that and worked out that if they're in the ghost house, all our tests will continue to work as well, because they all don't say they're in the ghost house because there's no wall, there's no doors.
True.
If they what do you mean?
So if we in this bit logic here, we say it's in ghost house.
Yeah.
That works out if we're in the square here.
Yes.
All our other tests don't have any doors.
Ah, yeah, they'd all continue.
So they would all continue to work.
Yes.
Yeah. So the other way we could do it is we mark the ghost house squares with H's for house, and we don't have the ghosts in there at all. And then at the bottom of the board, we've got the ghosts' home locations, haven't we? If you scroll down, we could extend that to also have their starting positions, would be the other way of doing it. So then we explicitly mark on the map where the home is.
So this is just.
So inside there, we just have a load of H's. So like on line 14, for example, would be HH. Those would just be H's.
Oh, so all of them be H's.
Yeah. So if you're anywhere in there, you're in the home.
So they would just be like H.
Yeah, and the next two rows as well.
And then keep a list of where all the H's are.
Yeah, that's just another idea. I'm not necessarily sold on that, but
yeah.
So the advantage of that would be it would allow you to have irregular shaped ghost house,
yes.
but whether that's a requirement, I don't know.
Well, I suppose it makes it a lot simpler because you can just say, "Do I intersect?"
Yeah.
With the ghost house, yes. Done. That's pretty simple logic, isn't it? And it'll let all our other ones continue working as well.
Yeah, because there's no other test that's got an H on it.
No. So we would have to extend my parser thing or replace it with some JSON, that bit at the bottom. That'd be the only.
It also means you can test ghost house functions without having to build a whole ghost house. Because you can just put H and a line, and that's it. That should be all you. Oh, he's gone again. No, he's back. You could just put an H and a line, and that would be all that's sufficient to test a ghost house function.
Yeah, because it's got a door. It should be able to just walk out the door.
Yeah. Whereas if we're having to do am I in the ghost house, we're going to have to supply a whole ghost house to the tests and stuff. Otherwise, it's not going to. The algorithm isn't going to run correctly. So yeah, so that is.
What happens if you have two ghost houses?
It
actually probably would work this actually. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't know which door to walk. Well, you could work out which door it is based on if you had two ghost houses.
Yeah.
Find the door nearest to the ghost house, yeah.
Yeah, I think this way would be actually
It was one of
simpler.
the things that was tricky on the rendering part, trying to work out what to draw in which square. So the renderer can accept multiple ghost houses. As long as you supply a door on it, it can work out that it's a ghost house. But I suppose this is the trade-off between it being completely generic and there being some hard, fast rules about what it does and doesn't do. I.e., can you have a multiple ghost house?
So how does the renderer work it out then from the door? Does it?
It traces it.
Okay.
I guess does it trace it? Yeah, I think it traces it. I can't remember now.
I think we should either go with this way, or we should just find the door and go around in the circle. One or the other. I think both of them are quite.
This way is easier.
Yeah, this way is a lot easier.
Much easier. Yeah.
If we just put H's there.
Finding whether you're in a ghost house is easy, but I think this will be easier for the tests and anything else.
It's going to break a lot of tests though, because anything. No, break all of them. Anything that involves a ghost will get broken because we're going to have to start defining outside. You know, we can't put the letters on the board now to say where the ghost start location is.
Is that they're the only ones we changed that twice, to be fair. We started declaring code, and then we started declaring them using the board loader, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think a lot of them don't use the board loader.
Okay. No, right. Okay, that's okay then.
Yeah,
I think you're right actually.
Where's this?
That one hasn't even got ghost on it, has it?
No, you're right. Most of the time we just say just give it a cell location, don't we?
It's only the one that analyzes the types of walls.
Yeah, and that can go anyway.
Yeah, because that's not used now.
None of it's used.
Do we? Do you use that?
No, because it was used for rendering. It's gone.
Okay. Yeah, so pretty much nowhere then.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Because I think we changed it all. I think the reason why we stopped doing it in code because it was quite cryptic because we were creating loads of arrays and stuff.
Yeah.
But then we moved that to be more from the cell, that cell location thing, which then read a lot cleaner anyway. Because then you could say the current cell, left, right of it.
Yep.
Left, down.
That's it. The only time we use the board in graphics is when we want to visualize it and we're trying to work out how the test is going to work. In comments. So
I guess that the first few things we need to do then is do we want to revert? I think that's a good idea. So let's revert that back down to there. Yeah. Do we want to change this to be a bit more different?
Yeah, well, it makes more sense to make that JSON now, doesn't it? Because we've got two things to declare.
Yeah,
it got its target square and its starting square, or whatever you want to call it.
How do we want to declare this? Do we want to declare it with like a type ghost name? Why is it pinky? Oh yeah, name.
Do we need anything other than a ghost? Yeah, because you'll need fruit.
What's this thing?
That's its target.
It's scatter target.
Yeah, scatter target.
Yeah.
And then we have starting location, I think.
Which would be 12, 14?
Not 1,
no,
2,
14.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is it 13? 13, 12, is it?
Well, does it start at 0?
Start 0 to start 1. Yeah, we start at 0, don't we? So
yeah, so that'd be 11. So is that 13, 11? No, that's...
Yeah, 13, 11.
Or is it 14, 11? Because this has got an extra space.
I think it's 13, 11.
So it'd look like that. And we could change these to lowercase so that actually feel like JSON.
You know, a comma there as well.
Yeah.
And an N on the front of the name. Yeah, there's something else that we may as well put in. Oh, pill. May as well put the pill counter in now as well.
Pill counter? We ought to have the pills.
Because that's how we're helping them get out. So, number of pills to leave or something. Pills to leave. Pill. Like that.
I should write this as JSON as well, so half in JSON, half in C#.
Otherwise, we would have to write a custom parser.
The first property is in like JSON, the rest of it's in C#. Then the last one was in JSON. Pills to leave.
I think it would be 0, yeah.
So something like that.
Yeah. Well, that quoted that pills to leave.
Yeah, it should be already quoted. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so do we, presumably we've got a test we can make fail as well.
The board loader thing does that, doesn't it?
Yeah, so there's probably a board loader test in there.
Yeah, but we got this one here, should have ghosts with correct home locations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you just need to.
I think if we chuck.
Just copy that in and.
Oh, let's do this
I
way.
should copy the whole string in, yeah.
All right. What? Need to be sharper. No. D. Ta-da! They should have the same start location, shouldn't they? So this should still pass in theory if we ran it.
If it failed now, yeah. If we once we fix the code, yeah. Did you put? Yeah, but you need to put the. Oh, you've done the scatter. No, it needs the same scatter targets, doesn't it? Or
they have. They got the same ones.
Blinky's -10.
Oh, they're not the original ones.
I don't know.
They're just, yeah. I think then Blinky minus Inky. Yeah, I think these are different ones, aren't they? 2, 3, Pinky. $20, 33 for Clyde. Right.
Fail that test. Yep.
Where's the last bit go?
Yeah, right at the bottom. There's a method called find home locations. Did that test fail? I assume it did.
Not run it.
Ah.
Should run it.
Yeah, pretty ought to.
Oh, we've got errors in Ghost.
Oh yeah, we need to clean that code up.
Yeah.
It's all of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
You done it?
Yeah, I've taken it down.
Huh? There's still some like this. Oh, is it not saved?
Sorry.
Sorry.
This should be pretty straightforward.
Is this just chunking each line up? So you got each.
It's already chunked up, so it's already based on any line that starts with a open brace. So that instruction in instructions there is now going to be a lump of JSON. So
yeah,
that's a lump of JSON. So instead of returning a cell location, we want to turn something like ghost info or whatever we're going to call it, ghost setup.
I guess for the first time being, we're not testing anything else, so you can just keep that there.
Okay, can do. No, you can't. You can't deserialize onto cell location because it hasn't got public setters.
But we can deserialize onto. Well,
we might as well create a new class called ghost setup with X and Y on it.
Okay.
I think. So we have a. For the moment. And then, yeah, so that now just wants to be probably just result.add. Oh, okay. Nope. System. Deserialize. Is that right?
I think we need to pull that in as well. I think we need to add the NuGet package for it.
Oh yeah, because we're on standard, not core 3.1.
Is it serialized with an S or Z?
Probably a Z. So that's going to end up with ghost setup. Need to actually change this class so it matches our JSON structure in a second. Right.
Well, we can have it say it's just X, Y as well in the things if you want. So they say X, Y instead of just an array.
Okay.
That.
I don't mind, or we can put an array in here. It doesn't. Yeah.
Well, it's probably a bit more explicit into it, I suppose.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, if we can compile to be something like that. I say.
Yeah, try that.
So we want another class, which is location. So messed up, right?
I'll do the scatter targets in board whilst we're at it. And then they're done, aren't they?
Yeah, cool. I think the tests are updated.
What? Does it compile on yours? It doesn't on mine.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
because you need all these things, don't you?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, just I just get random red squiggles, not necessarily where the error messages are, it seems.
Seems to be a lot of red everywhere.
Yeah, because you need to. Yeah, that needs to be dot starting location dot x now.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah, so it doesn't even show those as errors on my screen.
Useful.
I get the red down the bar. I get the red in the side, but not on the actual code.
No.
And then I don't know what's going on line 146.
46.
46. Nothing wrong with 46. I've got an error on 150 on that serialize.
Yeah, it says missing assembly.
No.
I don't have that one. Then mine failed 2 lines above that.
System.text with JSON.
Is it just missing it?
Oh, serialization,
Jason's-
but yeah, maybe.
The serializer dot deserialize.
Yes.
Can we just get rid of that?
Oh, and then that's a.
Yeah, so yeah.
Now, it just depends whether it's case sensitive or not as to whether it's going to work.
I think it isn't. It is quite picky than you serialize there.
2 fails.
2 fails. There's only 1 fail last time, wasn't it?
B is invalid. What? B is invalid.
Start
property.
where?
Be on the test. So it's taken that.
I don't get where it's.
There is a B in your test data at the top, though, isn't there? Is it from? Yeah, but only take lines that start with an open brace. So unless it's blinky, that it's upset about.
That should be fine because it's just a string in it.
What's the other test it's failing on?
X invalid start property of a quote.
That must be on 149, like where the X16, Y14.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, is it? Oh, do they need to be all quoted to be like?
I'll go and quote the other ones.
JSON.net doesn't do this. It just doesn't care about proper specifications.
Should have done it in YAML.
Why? Because there's only 2 ways to declare the array.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A long string and then split on commas.
I could have actually done this.
Yeah, you could have done Control D on X.
I could, yeah, and then photo quotes around the move faster.
Okay.
They can. Don't know why you complain about B, whatever B was.
It's got to be B for Blinky, I reckon. But,
Still 2 errors.
What's the failure?
okay, so names come back blank, maybe.
Right, back.
Because name is the key to the dictionary.
Value cannot be null.
So you try making those capital N's as the test.
It's a Boolean test 1 from 4. The lowercase name in the other file.
Yeah, and we were just testing to see if it makes a difference when you change that.
All right.
952. What's that then?
What's 52?
That's zero.
Go
So
name.
starting location's probably null, isn't it? For the same reason. Yes, because it's a class, not a structure. Yes. So yeah.
So should we actually have them as just normal?
Yeah, and then we just put the attribute on the
there's a new attribute in there.
Yes, JSON. Yeah, there's an attribute you can put on.
JSON property name.
Yeah, that's the one.
We're doing that. Do you want to paste in?
Yeah.
Yeah. There must be some way to do that as a convention.
I think there is. It certainly isn't ASP core. In fact, I think deserialized takes options. Yes, it does.
Yeah, and options you can do property naming policy, camel case. That's probably nicer. Where you gone?
It's not a, oh no, it's not a.
JSON serialization options.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah.
And then it has one called property naming policy.
Property name case insensitive.
Property naming policy.
Oh, it came up with property name case insensitive as well. Or is that?
But,
yeah, as a Boolean.
there's like one value in there anyway.
So shall I lose these from up here then? Okay.
We've got still failed.
Still failed. Oh, because all the values are wrong. Huh?
Let's look at your test.
Oh, is it loading the ones off the app?
Oh, do we? No, 10.
Oh, you've checked the wrong ones.
Yeah, the scatter targets, not starting locations. Yes.
These are scat targets.
Yes, but you set them to be. Oh no.
No, that's right. So like Blinky is 10 minus 3.
Great.
So
Yeah.
the code must be wrong.
Oh no, you know why? Because we've done. Hang on.
You've done starting location.
Yeah,
which is scatter.
yeah, we just need to rename that to be scatter target. I don't think I can do it. Rename it.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, so that should be how that. That's fine.
Yeah.
B is invalid. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is just another test. Should have ghosts at correct locations. It's because the locations we need to change this test around. So this
Yeah, that
is
one failed. That'd be the same.
Okay. Yeah.
so yeah, we need to add the actual locations to this now.
Yeah, to that.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can just get rid of these, paste that other one in.
Yes. In fact, that's our next test anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which we can just fix now because we've established it's failing.
Well, so if we can make the test not to fail the right thing, we're just getting rid of them, can't we?
Yeah.
What's X? Oh, it's a wall. What's C?
Clyde.
Right.
Is that actually one of them?
Yeah, that'll do.
And then we need to pull them in. Yeah.
Do we need this test? Is this test not the same as the one that we've just done?
This one's going to test starting location rather than scatter target.
Yeah.
Should have ghost at correct location, right? Okay, yeah.
Because we're not loading off the board using
The other one.
symbols anymore. So this is starting location, isn't it? So Blinky is 0, 1. Inky is 1, 1. Pinky is 2, 1. Clyde is 2, 2. You've done it. So that should actually fail for a legitimate reason.
Yeah.
We've got some.
Pass.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even compile.
Oh, okay.
Some extra. Yeah.
Failed.
Yes, there's no ghosts on the board now.
Okay.
So I'm guessing we don't even need to do this anymore. This.
No, that's kind of gone, isn't it?
Yeah. So this find home locations is literally just. Oh no.
That's what we're calling to get the.
Yeah, we don't.
But we don't find a B, a P, and an I on the board.
We don't need this anymore, do we? That's
no,
what I
we
mean.
don't. No, you're right.
So we go to each name and say, if it's Clyde, then do so and so now.
Yeah. I'm just going to add them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Separately.
So we can move all this out.
So let's.
So that's just ghosts now.
Yeah. So we now iterate over that, don't we? Yes, that's ghosts.
Well, I think we can just create this ghost array from it now.
Okay.
So I think that's just ghost setup data or something.
Yeah.
And then we can just do a select on that.
Yep.
And put it into, so what I was thinking is, shall I write ghost equals ghost.
Yep.
There's a list.
And then shove that other bit in there.
Is that a list? Oh, that's a dictionary. Oh, it's a dictionary of which.
No, it's not. It's ends up at dictionary eventually, but
At this point, it's a list.
Well, this is a dictionary. Do we need a dictionary of these?
we need to be able to find them by name. That's why we've done it as a dictionary.
We don't now, though, do we?
No. So what we got going on here?
So that could just be a list now. What? So I think this should return a list, not a dictionary now.
Yeah, can do. Yeah. Yes.
I'm just going to take the name straight off it.
Yeah. Yes, let's do.
List of go setup. want to switch on name?
Yeah, I'm just wondering maybe it might be clearer to do it down here rather than up here, because this is going to be the same for every. So do here. Yeah, should be able to do that, can't we? Data dot name switch. Just do one for a second.
Yeah.
We can get this to compile. I think somebody with some intelligence might need to actually get this to compile. Because I've got no idea.
So that's ghost.
Yes, that's the thing we're trying to create. Yeah.
Parameter that. This has probably got far too many brackets on it.
Yeah, I think so.
So on that,
Only needs
That-
2, doesn't it? Yeah.
That needs to close off ghost,
Yep.
and then we're there.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, just plumbing the rest of the names.
Yeah. Yep.
Are they all the same except for their strategy, what they start off as then?
Yeah. Yep.
So this is Blinky.
E. Yep. So that's got constants for.
Which one was this one?
That's Blinky.
Oh, okay.
Pinky.
So we just copy 4 times. Yep.
Do you want to fill them in?
Okay. So
That's Clyde. What was it?
that can't be right. Clyde can't stay close to Clyde, can it?
Oh, no, that's what it says.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
We've done, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Stays close to PacMan using Clyde's position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. We know it's right. We've got test.
Yeah.
That's Inky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did somebody move Pinky? No.
No.
I'll move it. That's Pinky.
I just didn't want to do it at the same time, so we did it for the mess. The switch to expression does not evaluate all rules. What's one without one of these names?
Exception.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, should it? We might be able to let's put them for should never happen to you, should it?
No. Throw null.
We're just chucking that away now. Throw
Yep.
that in.
Yep.
Yeah.
We could leave it commented out in the code base, but I think probably better to delete it.
I delete it.
Yeah.
It's much better.
Yeah.
Right, so in the tests, if it compiles.
Yep.
Excellent. Do we want to commit that?
Uh,
Because I think that's
Yeah, made quite a few changes there.
do we really hold it as a list in game settings?
list of what?
Ghosts. I thought it was a dictionary.
We do have it as a dictionary.
Where do we?
You can convert it because this is.
I think we can convert it. We convert it in game. So as soon as you get the game, we convert it back to the
Oh,
list of them.
okay. Doesn't really matter. Only happens once.
Yeah, I think it's when we convert. I don't know why we did that. We probably to look them up. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh well, it's not really a big overhead, is it?
Let me just. Shall I just?
No, not compared to some of the things that you have to, like the AI, what that has to do every time.
Yeah.
What the board renderer has to do every time. And
Yeah. Yeah. The startup code's fairly.
you realise that some of the bits of code do next to no work.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't seem to run anymore.
Doesn't run.
Don't run it out.
What happens?
Oh, wait a minute. It's just because it's got the right thing.
Hang on.
Oh, it's because we still got these in here. Should just ignore them, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it ignores unknown.
Does it ignore them?
Yeah, it does. It ignores anything it doesn't understand.
Yeah, so if I try to run it, it does nothing.
What? Totally nothing.
Totally nothing. Literally just
No error. Nothing.
don't even start.
When did it start?
If our board file isn't valid, and could it be throwing an exception or we're not?
That we can't see.
Yeah.
If what? Sorry, if I
If the JSON's not valid at the bottom of our text.
Is that board definitely? Oh yeah, because it's in a resource file, isn't it? I was going to say, is it definitely getting copied into the file? Because I noticed that something like that happened when I was doing the Blazor stuff. But it's in a resource file, isn't it? So it doesn't matter.
I might just open up Visual Studio. Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, JSON's valid.
Did you fire it up? Did you get?
Just doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pasted that JSON to Visual Studio into code, and it said it was valid JSON. So
Just trying to open it without Visual Studio asking me my experience with Visual Studio. Oh yeah, it is. X is an invalid start of the game prop. X is an invalid start of a property. A is invalid. Yeah, something.
what? I didn't get that.
A.
It's not got a bit of the board on it or anything, has it? When it's trying to do the JSON serializing, it's got an X there.
I put in quotations around the integers at the end of pills to leave. That might, and numbers, all of them.
No, that should be fine because that's just number.
Number.
You only need around strings.
What's getting passed into the board loader?
Trying to look at this. It won't let me look.
Your breakpoint on that instruction and just see what's there.
Trying to, but it's died.
It's not died. It's just having Visual Studio pause. It'll respond in about a minute.
There we go. It's funny because I have it over instruction and my laptop fan just went. Amazing. So. Oh yeah, the X ain't got quotes around it.
What?
It has.
It does.
Hang on. What? No. Hang on.
Is it set to always copy this file?
It's a resource.
Is it building? I think it gave a build error then, didn't it? So a file was in use.
No.
Yeah. Build result. Oh.
Unable to pack asset cache during I/O error. This can occur when the same project is built more than once. Huh?
Where was that? I don't even
Well, that's saying the tests are getting built multiple times. No, I don't get what.
Delete the exe and just make sure it's actually. Well, no, it must be being built, mustn't it?
Let's just delete them all. Yeah, it's all getting built. Let's run it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're in Studio,
yeah,
not. It's just a bit odd because the one that when it was running in Studio, where it's pausing. Let's get the exception again, and just have a look at that instruction.
The instructions pinky.
Yeah,
X.
It's like what we had about 3 versions ago. Do you know what I mean? Before we put the quotes around it. So it's got a recent one because that's not the board that we started the evening with.
That's not that. So where's this coming from?
It's like about 3 saves ago.
How does that load the board from here?
It doesn't. It tells it's a resource in the game file. Hang on. Where is it loading it from?
Oh no, is that? Are we saying that's actually a proper
That's not right, is it? That's not how we've unless the resource is pointing at that file.
The resource should be pointing in. If you pull properties onto game, all the properties again. Yeah.
Yeah, but this will be different. I guess this is not get regenerated each time.
Yeah, I don't normally do it that way. I normally just load the.
That's correct. Because that's the correct one.
Well, we've just opened it up and it's just regenerated it.
Ah.
But how did it generate?
No, it's not.
Now.
It can't have done.
Just go up the stack and just see where it got that data from.
So this is not how I normally do resources. I don't know that. So I wouldn't normally use the resource file. I would just say embed as being the property on that board.txt.
What's in there now?
That's the old version.
That's the old.
Yes. So
but it's not an old. It's not like old as at the point where you loaded Open Visual Studio or anything. It's the version that we saved a while ago. That's what's really odd about it.
Yeah, if you open the resource then.
Yeah.
What do you get in there? So is that the text I said? That's it. The text file embedded.
Yeah, which is correct.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a much better way than I normally do it, but
it just doesn't make sense. I don't, if it had the old one with just the 2 locations in it, I'd accept that because it would make sense. It just hasn't worked with the new one. But it's almost like it's included it a while ago and then given up.
Yeah.
There we go.
It just needed cleaning. I guess it must cache it somewhere or something.
Yeah.
I've got to watch that then.
So yeah, so let's commit that.
Yeah.
Try to do that. Oh, should we use Visual Studio Code. Where's the commit thing? What's commit? Oh, do I have to have commit message first? Loading. Ghost.
I love it. They're saged, aren't they?
Ghost. I think when you click that, it says
Oh,
let's stage some more.
Ah, right, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Did it give you a list of changes when it?
Yeah,
It comes up with them here. So if you
I haven't
change.
used it in code because I don't use code. So
Yeah, I use the git lens thing in code, which is quite good. I've not really used this much. Used to include people's the rest of the people if they're on live share. Used to include them in the commit message. Don't know if it's done that.
Right, next one then is we can mark the H on the map, isn't it, for home?
Yes.
That should be an easy one. Does that be in board loader tests?
Yeah, we've got one here which just puts the random stuff on it.
Yeah.
Really, either can I have another test or?
Yeah, just put it in there, shall we?
I think you should go because it's all part of the items, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You still on read only?
No.
That's weird. It says you read only on the thing still. It says read only, but I right click and it says make read only. Seems a bit buggy today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely says read only. It says read only on mine. It says that you're on read only.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they must have pushed like a weird update out or something. Oh, we've got some. But before you do that, can we need to pull from Git because we have not pulled the latest changes yet.
Ah. Oops.
There we go. We have now.
Okay.
Didn't get any complex. All good. Have you added that test in?
Oh no, I thought you were doing it. No.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you were doing it. Two people doing the same thing.
Or not doing it.
Yeah. So you're just throwing it on the end of this one, maybe?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Let's just have.
Should we put? Oh, we've got the ghost door, haven't we? It's at the bottom.
Yeah, so you can be like ghost house there. And what's this going to be called? Just ghost house.
Yeah, that'll do, won't it? Zero, 5, 1, 5, and 2, 5.
Easy one fix. Yeah, says that's wrong. So
No, where is it?
forward test.
Why is it saying doors are wrong? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So it's the exception.
All right.
Oh, no.
I expect member door 0 to be 0405. Oh no, because I know what I've done.
Put it the wrong way around.
There we go. That's why you should start with a failing test, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, so he doesn't have ghost house.
One board loader.
So it's just one of these, isn't it? Nice and easy.
Yeah. So we can easily add in. I'll add one at the bottom for H. It's everywhere else. It's got to go. It's the bottom. H.
You're going to call it Ghost House? Is that the
Yeah,
plan?
I think so.
Okay.
Do you think it should be called anything else?
I've put that into the interface.
So we need to return it from the bottom, don't we? Then. So
Yeah,
that goes
so it
into the constructor for game settings.
Yeah, throw that in there.
So there's a Ghost House.
Yeah, it can be a read only.
In there. So
Again, can't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent.
okay.
Okay.
So
Right time.
It's only taken us a well, 2 hours to get to the point where we can start doing the change you want to make.
they do.
Yeah, we did discuss it for quite a while, to be fair. So I think we need something. I don't know if we want it in. Oh no, that should be fine, shouldn't it? So if we should be able to write a failing test now to say if we're a ghost in the house, we move out after a certain amount of time.
Yep. Okay.
So if you get a ghost test.
The Ghost and how to move out after a certain time.
Or pills.
Yeah, either one of them. Well, I guess we stay. Well, the first test is we stay still if we're in the ghost house.
Yeah, I was going to say we move out after certain pills. That's quite a lot of logic.
So if we say we just figure out where the brackets are here.
Ghost should stand still in the Ghost House.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's have him not standing still. Go right. Let's get right strategy. And let's put a couple of them in there just for lols.
We need to use a different constructor for that because we're going to need to deliver the number of pills.
Yeah, we haven't done that bit yet.
And
Yeah, that's fine. Well, if we just do.
Do we need to give them a house to be in?
Yeah, that's all
Yes.
right. We just put
Yeah.
an H, can't we, underneath it?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you don't have to put it underneath them. You can put them in it by just doing game settings like. Oh, where's Ghost House on here? Huh? Did you put it in the interface?
Did I not put it public?
Oh, you put it on the interface, but for some apparent reason it still builds, and that's weird.
It's on the game settings, quite definitely. It's on 40 in the game settings.
How can that?
I don't know. I don't get how that built.
We'll test it.
Yeah.
And ran the test.
Can we assert against that?
Well, it shouldn't even build because it's not even implemented that. I don't get it.
Our test must be wrong.
Yeah.
I was going to say copy doors, might be. I think I'm called the same thing.
Oh yeah, I need to. There you go. And then we can add the ghost house to here, which is going to be the same as this.
It's because we don't test game settings, we test against game board or game. I think.
What do you mean?
Oh no, we are testing it at game settings.
No, we still use game settings here, so I don't get how it even built.
Well, it's on the interface. But
yeah, so it should have complained saying you haven't implemented it.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. It's just complained on another one now. Game setting gets how. Oh, I've not saved.
Which is what it should have done last time, then, shouldn't it?
Yeah. There you go. So Go should stand still. It's in the ghost house.
So you just need to assert that they're in the same place.
We should probably. Maybe take a few times. And then values that should all be equivalent. All be equivalent to. Plus game.
Yeah.
Oh, should be testing.
And
Only moved.
Hey,
Fine.
excellent.
yeah.
So yeah, should be able to fix that quite easily.
So that's just in Ghost move, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think we just say if he's in the ghost house, and we just return for now.
Yeah, that'll do for now, won't it? Yeah.
Do we actually have that on?
Game. No. Trying to go expose it for you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on there.
No, it won't be on here. We don't.
Oh, no, of course it isn't. It's on the settings, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll link on it.
It's cool. Yeah. Try and mix commands up here.
So Blinky starts straight away, doesn't he? Because he's never in the ghost house.
Never in the ghost house, so you should wander straight off. So if you run it, he should start wandering around. The others should stay still.
Yeah.
Would you want me to run it?
Yeah.
Just get a shortcut for running this. Huh?
That looks like exactly the same version that we played before.
Is it just not building it? Is it just something going? Something going really weird here. No, it ran out. Did we not put the...
Oh, I haven't marked the house on the board.
Ah.
Yeah.
Have we not? Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Should get rid of these things.
Need that, don't we?
Yeah.
And then we'll have the fun where it'll load the old.
I've just cleaned it, so it shouldn't do. I expect to delete all the stuff up. So here we go again. Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
Oh, we can come into the house as well.
That's because there's no walls.
Okay.
You got another test there that PacMan shouldn't be able to walk through
The door.
Like that. So the next test is we leave after how long? Or when?
Whatever we pass in as a pill counter.
Ghost should
Leave ghost house when pill counter has reached target. And reached.
Can we do that? Or are we actually just making the ghost have the pull counter, or are we passing it as like a rule into it? Is it only just based on pill counter?
No, but it depends how far you want to implement it.
I think we, yeah. I guess it's easy to refactor it though, isn't it?
Yeah, delete one of them.
Yeah.
Just make it a bit simpler. So if we pass in,
it might be worth having two on there because then you can have two different pill counters. Because only the one that you've reached should leave.
yeah.
Yeah, because we weren't eating pills in that previous test, were we?
No.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
If you do it like at 3 pills and you're checking it each time and it's not left until, then it's clearly only sending the ghost out because it's reached its pill counter.
We can have one with 1 and one with 10.
Yeah.
And then we can add
10 pills.
coins.
Coins.
What are we doing? Settings.
Pills.
We're calling coins, don't we?
Coins. You're out of range, don't you?
Well, we just one next to PacMan, so.
Oh yeah, you can just put them all.
Power location left. So he should eat 1, and this should move him out of the way to the thing, right? Do we need him to go towards the door?
Well, that should be.
So if we have, at the moment, we've got the. Oh, ghost light is far away from PacMan, wherever that is.
That's fine, isn't it? Well, it should. It's not that it should start leaving the ghost house, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but how are we gonna?
We're gonna need it.
We've got ghost house like here, and the thing on top of it.
I think we need to mark a door, don't we? Because it's.
Do we need to make a door there and say he moves toward the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it should be it moves to the other side of the door, really, shouldn't it? So it should be like its location should be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Other side of the door to compare to where we are.
And facing left.
So
yeah, do we make an assumption that the door is always at the top?
I don't think so. I think we just head for the. Oh.
It's just once you get to it, which way you're going to go next. I suppose you've just got to check which way is ghost house and move in the opposite direction.
Well, if it's in the house, we look where the door is, we can know where the position of where it's heading out of. So if it's above him, then it's going to be here, isn't it? Even if we had a door, well, we don't even have doors sideways. We can only have them.
No,
we can only have.
Sideways.
Well, we technically could have a door like that. But I suppose for the time being, we can just say it's just above the door.
Doesn't he just keep going and he's going to hit a wall anyway?
Once you're standing on a door, then your next move is whichever direction is not a ghost house.
And that'd be the direction you're currently facing anyway.
Should be, yeah.
All right, so so if you get him to go to this position, he'll just continue walking.
Yeah, and then at that point,
And then once he's not in the ghost house
or on a door, yes, then you know you're out. Yeah,
that's the check we need to do, whether he's on the ghost house or on the door.
Yeah.
So if he's on the ghost house door, then we change strategy.
No, we've got to keep going still.
Yeah, it's one more after that, and then we.
No, but we can change strategy. That's a location, can't we? Because if we change him into a direct a chase strategy, then because he's still going forward.
Yeah, unless a strategy changes, a chase scatter changes at that point, at which point he could go back into the ghost house.
Okay.
You've got to get him out, and technically, a door has got to be a wall as well.
Yeah.
So the first tick is where PacMan eats pill or coin. And then the next one is on the door.
All right, 600 and something or other.
And then it should be out of the house. So it should be there now.
Yeah. It'll depend, again, it'll depend where we do the checks. Because if the coin, if PacMan moves and eats a coin, and then we call the ghost move routine, it will already be in leave the house mode. If that makes sense.
Mm.
So there's potential on that second one. In that first tick, the potential that he'll start moving out straight away.
The ghost moves first, doesn't it? We check the ghost, then we check PacMan. So.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay, that's all right then. My screen keeps on just scrolling. Each time you move, my screen scrolls up until I can't see any code. There it goes again. And close the file.
Above. So it should be something like that, right?
Let's have another look. Number of coins required to exit ghost out of ghost.
Oh, that's a new argument to the constructor. Yes, we need to implement that, don't we?
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
We should have created like a builder for Ghost.
So what's it
Because
called? Pill count or something? Is it in the settings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Pill count or pill count?
it's called pills to leave.
Pills to leave. Not even close. So that's that.
I was hoping to get the stuff like done earlier today. I was going to go for a run afterwards.
That build now.
So it's errors, but ghost test and ghost settings loads reckons it's still got errors.
Packet missing. Really?
Right.
Game loader.
Is it there?
Ghost is not. What's that?
Game
Oh,
loader 49.
I think I might fix it. Maybe.
You done it?
I think so.
ghost test is still broken, I think, isn't it?
Wow, we got more millions of tests breaking. No, oh yeah, that's because Ghost doesn't have this
Yeah.
anymore. I think we should create some kind of Ghost builder or something for the tests. So then we can just say, I want the default Ghost for the tests
So what's it?
with whatever I want to change on it. Because there's a lot of stuff on this Ghost now, or we don't care about for certain tests.
Yeah.
Isn't there? Like most tests, I want like probably an int.max to leave in the house because I don't really care.
Yeah, you either want 0 or int.max. Yeah. I don't get these errors.
No, I'm getting
Ghost tests. Yeah, no, I don't think any errors at all.
Oh, it's loads of.
So we could just give it a default value for the moment if you want the test to pass.
Yeah, I could do that. I might do that as like a side thing, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I might put it onto the backlog.
that's right, isn't it?
That should be our proper failing test.
Yeah, because he's stuck on the house at the moment, so that's right.
Yeah, so it's not even moved.
Yeah.
Right, he should have moved.
So in Ghost then we need to change some stuff.
So in here somewhere, don't we?
Yeah, so the first thing is I'll add this property, number of coins required to exit house, because we're going to need that. Yeah, so
What do you call the property?
number of coins required to exit house.
Oh, it's just
Snappy name. Oh, that's right.
casing.
If it will change the same bit of code. Right.
I
So
think-
yeah, if we're still in the house, then we need to count how many coins have been eaten, and compare that with our number, don't we?
That's is it game dot?
We've got remaining coins, but I don't think we've got.
Coins.
What's on this?
Count on there.
Yeah.
Remaining coins, remaining power pills. Okay.
Do we know the original number from game settings?
Can we?
Do we have?
Remaining coins.
Remaining coins. Where's remaining coins?
Remaining coins is on game setting state.
Oh, it's just
sorry.
called coins, though. Yeah.
And then in game, it's just called coins. So we don't actually have
Do we?
anywhere.
Does game settings not have it?
Game
Original.
set, yeah, game settings have it, doesn't it? Which is the original coins.
Yeah. So we could return the count. Expose the count of how many we've got. We don't need to expose all the coins. But...
I thought, how does this work this out though? I thought we did have this. Or did we move it?
We changed it. We used to we used to accept one list from the other, but it got changed.
Oh no, yeah. So just keep deducting the one what we. Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah,
we could
so
just,
we could count the number we loaded to begin with and subtract the number we've got remaining.
yeah.
A bit like that.
Yeah.
Number of coins.
I'll add this to the game.
I'll call it start number of coins. Let's expose it.
Well, actually, I suppose this is still internal to the game. We can expose the whole thing if you want, because we could just make it internal.
Yeah.
We're going all of them or counter?
So we can have them all if you want. I can just expose them all because it's just a read only.
Do we need?
Can't change it. I'll expose them all as like, what should we call it?
Starting coins or something.
Oh, we don't even. We copy everything off the game settings. Oh no, we don't. It's there. Starting coins.
Starting coins or something, because that's what it is. It's what we started with. So we're going to starting coins count then.
Yeah, it's the starting coins.
Yeah, that's all right. Starting coins count. That's okay. Right, so that's heading out.
So I think here, I think we can just get one of them target things and just go find the door.
Is it greater than or greater than or equal?
I don't think it matters too much, does it?
I think it has to be equal to for the test.
Yeah, that's the test matters.
And I don't think I think only when it's hit, you have to change the strategy, right? So it's only when it's equal to that.
Well, it depends whether you're changing the actual strategy or whether you're
moving them to the door.
Just moving them to the door.
Okay, yeah, okay. If we're moving to the door, yeah, that way.
Because we're already on the strategy. Well, yeah, we're on the wrong strategy.
Of course, how do I get the first? First, of course. So that gives us a target point. He needs to move across first.
Well, that just happened, won't it? Or, well.
We'll have to give it direction. Whatever. Well,
yeah.
So the only thing is if we give it a direction, yeah, Yeah, we can just give it direction.
Do we have to work out the correct horizontal direction?
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. If the target dot x is unequal to the ghost.x, location.x, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we need a different test for that though.
Then we need to move across to it. Otherwise, we need to expand that as well because we need to know if we're on the door. That needs to be.
Or the door, yeah.
Contains.
Yeah.
Kind of doing that, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we're really evaluating.
We could actually do that. And we say ghost house, doors are always on the top.
That's not going to work on some of them because they have to go right, don't they? And then up.
Yeah, no. Move them left or right there. So that
right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
direction. What are we doing? I suppose we're doing it in there still, aren't we? Not a direction. Well, the direction's always going to be up until we're done. Direction dot.
Until it isn't, yeah.
Direction dot up. No.
No, up.
Direction dot up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it giving me above?
Yeah, it's because we've got above on cell location, but up on direction, I think.
All right. So we don't need to do that. So if target, we can do it that way. Target is less than location, then direction.
I think you can do. I think you can do that, and just say if it's not if the x is not equal to x of where we want to go, then we can just get the difference and move him that way.
If the x is not.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So if the target of where the door is
Yeah.
and your location is not. So
Yeah.
if the door is like 2 and I'm at 0,
Yeah.
I say 0 minus 2, and it says I have to no 2
Yeah.
minus 0. I need to move 2 right.
Yeah.
So just move 1, and then the next time round it'll move another 1. Then it'll be actually in the right location.
Yeah, we can't tell it to move 2 right, though, can we?
You can give it a strategy which its target is 2 to the right.
And then change the target.
Then upwards, yeah.
So we can't change the strategy until it runs through.
Why?
Because it's
because it doesn't use it.
We're not using a strategy, though,
Yeah,
are we?
not using a
I
strategy.
was just thinking about if we did
Yeah.
x is greater than location, x and direction equals direction.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Why is that under?
That just looks fine.
Right. And then.
Oh yeah. So the else block of that is just to go up.
And then give him his new location.
Yeah.
Equals
location plus direction.
Yeah.
Location plus direction.
Yep.
And then you literally just copy and paste this line here.
Yeah.
And then return that.
Yep.
Do you want me to call that new direction so it's the same as the other one?
Yeah, sure.
Something like
Oh, it doesn't like that because
Should be. What's wrong with that now?
it's because we got the same variable name. Even though it's in a different scope.
It's used there.
Yeah, well, that's valid C#8.
That is.
Yeah, you can have the same variable name, like in the same method.
Can you?
Yeah.
Let's call it out direction.
We should probably pull this out into a method, to be fair.
Yeah, we should really.
Move to door.
I'll get him out.
Well, let's run the test and have a look. Hi, Gareth, by the way. He sneaked in.
He did. He's invisible.
Is that saved?
Probably not.
Saved.
Ah!
I didn't save it.
Oh.
Yeah. What we got?
What?
Ghost should leave Ghost House when pill count has been reached. That one failed. That's fine. What's the other one? Oh, the other one's a super crash. Is it? No. Ghost should stand still in Ghost House. Ghost should stand still in Ghost House. They're not going to stand still because they've reached their pill counter.
Oh, yeah. So this is where we need to kind of.
We need to set
some pills, yeah.
one.
Well, we can either. I don't know which way is best.
I think on that test you want to set it to something high, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, because you need to make them stay there. That's the whole point.
Where's the ghost test come?
I don't know what line it's on.
This one.
Yeah, so I think int.max is reasonable for that one.
Oh, I think I've put that in the wrong side of the bracket.
Although the actual error is a tad odd. That's like a crash, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it will do. Because.
Oh, because we haven't got a door. Oh, did we put a door on?
No, there's no door on this one.
No door. So
That shouldn't matter now, though.
Shouldn't matter. Oh yeah, it would do, because if it's trying to leave and there's no door. So yeah, that's right. Because we've got no pill counter, it's now looking for the door. So that's right.
We're not trying to leave, though, are we?
We are on the ghost stand still because of the pill counter. Unless you.
Oh, because it's got no pills to eat, so it says it's already at them all.
We've eaten enough pills, so on there we need.
No, because then that 0 is not greater than int.max.
It's greater than or equal to.
But we're passing in int.max now for the.
Are we?
Oh yeah. So it should, yeah.
This is the one we just changed, isn't it?
Yes.
We passed in. Is it saved?
Yeah, it's all saved.
Yeah.
I'll just run it again just in case.
Yeah.
So, but
it's execution. It's crashing. So what's it crashing? What's the actual error that it's crashing on?
If the game starting coins minus the current coins is greater than the number of coins. Oh, because we check we do check the.
Game for doors.
Yeah, but we still should go down to here, yeah.
I've still got doors on it.
Yeah. So even if that says
It'd just be an empty list one anyway.
Yeah, 45 is going to be. It's going to hit the first condition anyway, so it's not even going to check the second one.
No.
It's going to hit the first one, then it's going to do.
Oh no, it's not blowing up like crazily.
Hang on. No, it's what it's going to do. It's going to do the first one. Oh no, it's not going to. Is it passing 47? Can't pass 47, can it?
No.
Is it that's got no items in it? Starting coins or coins? No, it can't be
Yeah,
that.
so but that's 0. That's 0. So 0 minus 0 is definitely not greater than int.max.
Yeah. So where is it? Does it actually tell us where it's crashed?
Oh, I know why. We removed we've actually removed the code to say stay still. We haven't got
we haven't got an exit anymore. Yes.
we haven't got like ghost house. If you're in the ghost house, stay still anymore.
Yeah, we need an else statement.
We want it there.
Yeah.
Let's return this.
Well, is it even there? Because you
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it means we're still in the ghost house, but we're not ready to exit.
Yeah.
Well, you're on the door as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
If you're on the...
That's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, it'll work. Yeah.
That's why you have tests.
Yeah.
It's slightly quirky because it's saying if we're on the door, then stand still. But technically, we shouldn't be able to get to the door unless we're actually moving.
So that actually works. So we do move out the door after a certain amount of coins have been had.
Did that pass?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I guess we didn't really test. We've only tested like the doors above him.
Yeah, we haven't tested the horizontal.
So
Do you want to change that test and move them out the way a bit, or?
Yeah, it can make it so he has to take one step first.
This one step first?
If we make the ghost another one to the left.
If we did.
Ghost, yeah.
Yeah, put the ghost.
The house and the ghost.
Yeah, as it were.
Well, you have to have both of them, wouldn't you? You have to have host, house, and ghost. So if you put the ghost to the right.
I wish my screen would stop scrolling. I'm just going to look at yours.
What's the best way to do this?
Yeah, there's not much point doing it there. You need to add a ghost house to the right. So keep that line as it is.
You can put that to the right. Ghost house would be add range of ghost start and to the left.
Okay, yep.
And then the door would be left and above.
Yeah.
And then that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need
that's right.
3, 2.
So this would be actually not on door.
That should be on.
Still in house.
Underneath door, that should be.
Yeah. Before you use that ensure ghost is that method to.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we don't actually know which way he's going to get to the door.
Is that add range? All right. What are we not? What's it not doing? No overload for method add range on the ghost house.
Oh, it wants a list of them.
Oh yeah.
It's not a PacMan palm thing.
No, I thought it would be.
You pass them in like that. Will it pass? Like
yeah, that'll work. Yeah. I think so. If you test that, I think that should still work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that nicely still works. Oh no, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that still worked. Yeah.
That's what threw me last time. It was like dregs of.
Yeah. So we run it now. No, it's.
Hang on, suddenly we've got an error in it. That's.
Yeah, I think there is an error. Ghost test 6 3 2.
632. That's location.
Oh, next identifier expected. What?
Where? 71, 63271. Let's just take it off and put it back on again. Try saving it again, just see whether it. That's better.
No. Well, one fail.
Yeah, now the test actually found.
Right. Expected bit 2018. Found him at 1918.
We get in the wrong direction.
2018. No, it should be above. Above. We don't know which ghost that is, though, is it? 28.
I'm guessing he's standing still. The other one.
Found it in 1918. Right. That one should be at Ghost Start. The problem is we don't know where Ghost Start is now.
PacMan plus 10.
Can we move PacMan far away? Give the ghost a location that we can identify better, and move PacMan a long way away.
Yeah. So we can just do
that because my screen's just repeatedly scrolling. Yeah, do it that way.
and that can be, is that
Call it 2-2 or something?
0, 1.
1, 2, 0, 1. So 1, 2, if we want to go by the picture.
Yeah.
Right. We've got a ghost house at Ghost at 1, 1, 2, and 0, 2. Where are we expecting to be?
So
1, 0, but found at 0, 0. 1, 0. Yeah. No.
no, that's wrong. I think the session's wrong.
Yeah, I think we're actually doing the right thing, aren't we?
I think the session's wrong because I think it's a left above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Because I just moved him. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, better.
Should we run it and see what it looks like?
See what it does.
So if I don't eat any coins, why is that one? Is that one supposed to move out?
Yeah, that one's got 0, hasn't it?
So how many coins do I need to eat? Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
It's the wrong way. Inky's supposed to come out first, but not to worry. There you go, and there's the other one.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Commit that. Let's use this call tool. Ghost leaves house. When
Filsy. Enough filsy.
enough coins.
Yeah.
Cool. It's quite nice.
What about ghost cannot re-enter ghost house?
Well, nobody should be able to enter a ghost house because the PacMan should be able to enter.
Yeah. So the PacMan one is PacMan can't walk through walls. We need a test, which is PacMan can't walk through doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. That's quite simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been easier if rather than do a walls contains, is if we did is a wall, and then we could have put both.
Can he face a wall?
Yeah, this
Can
is
it move into a wall?
This is all of them.
Well, these are like old tests.
Why don't we do a test, a lower level test, and basically ask whether when you put a wall in, when you put a door in, does it put a wall in the same place?
Well,
So make a door a wall. So add the door to the wall locations as well. Then
oh yeah, because then it
the test
but-
pass.
yeah, the test would pass because it would still be a wall.
Yeah.
But it's not a wall though, is it? Well, the thing is, the ghost will be able to move through the wall at that point as well.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't, because the only time you can move through a wall is when you're in that pill state, pill counter state.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so actually, yeah, it would magically just.
It's going to be the easiest way to implement it.
You'd be able to walk through it if you're in that pill counter state.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to go back into it because it would just be a wall.
It'd be a wall. And it doesn't matter that you can walk through it through the pill count state, because we don't do any checking of walls during pill count state.
Yeah, that seems feasible.
So otherwise, everywhere where we test for a wall, we've got to test for a ghost door, which means all the tests where we do, can you push against a wall? Do you turn around a corner? And that, we've got to try them with ghost doors in the same location.
I suppose it's just a bit weird though.
It is a wall. Because nothing.
Door.
There's a door that doesn't open, which is a wall. So otherwise, we've got to have to logic check every time to see whether there's a door there as well, which is fine because you could just do a search for all the times we look in the walls collection, but we'd have to demonstrate that it actually works on tests, which means all the tests, like does PacMan walk into a wall, does Ghost walk into a wall, does PacMan push against a wall, can you change direction? We've got to do all those tests again, but with a wall in the way. Whereas we can put a data in where we've got a wall and a door, and then the assertion is, have we got two walls? Have we got one door? Is the space where there isn't a door a wall? You know, a wall is the space where there was a door a wall. That makes sense?
Yeah, yeah. Because it should all just continue working the same.
You can do it in board tests then, because it's board loader test.
Yeah.
Should we do that then?
Yeah, I think so.
It does seem a bit weird to me, to be fair, but at the same time, I think it's probably a good.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a nightmare doing it the other way.
Unless we rename walls to be walls and doors. Yeah, I wonder where.
Unless you rename doors as ghost wall or something like that.
Yeah. So it's just a ghost wall. So ghosts can, in theory, well, then again, ghosts can't really walk through it either.
No, nothing.
Except for the.
So it is a special case wall.
Wall ghost. What is it?
Doors should load as doors. Which doors should also be a wall. Yeah.
Okay.
Sound really good to it.
So doors.
It's starting like.
Do you want to do it on that, or do you want to do it on the game loader? That's what.
I guess it should be on this because game loader
sets a game up.
Is just grabbing the stuff from the board. This is saying here's some settings.
Do we get
give it the game? I think actually I need to new up a new game in here as well.
Do you need new? Can you report this one? Where are you in game tests? Game settings, test game settings. You might be able to get it from the test game settings, can you?
Yeah, you can, but the problem is this needs to the way it implements.
You've got to be careful. You're actually going to test something here, because where are you going to put this code to actually implement it? Because it could either go in game settings, in which case this test isn't going to test it.
No, because game's already created before we even get going.
I'd expect it to be in game. So if you new up a game.
But we use walls from game settings all over the place.
But should you?
Or do we have it on?
No, because we get it from the board.
We don't have it on game though, do we? Oh, we do. Oh,
yeah, we do.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah, so you can create a set of settings with the doors and the
walls separate. Yeah, okay. And then line 66 the game, we just union them together. Yeah, as long as we don't use them anywhere else. Hmm. 27 references to it.
What's that? 27 references to doors?
No, to walls on game settings.
Yeah,
I don't think that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've been in a rush to put the condition on them all.
Well, that's the test. The door should also be a wall. Doors should also be a wall.
Yeah.
Be a game wall.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you look at actions, for example.
Yeah.
And then line 73 in actions.
73.
I think this might actually be the only place that's going to cause the problem, actually. So that takes its walls from game settings.
Yes. Oh, why would it take it from game settings? What is it?
Does it have game at it could do with having game at that point.
Change direction.
Yeah, that's weird. Why does it do that?
Why is it taking it from?
Oh, we got game there. We need to, let's change that. We need to change that to take it from game instead.
Yeah. Oh, that's the key press.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back and do that in a minute.
Okay. So then it's in game, isn't it? Then the fix.
The fix.
So it's line 66 of game.
6.
This wants to be union.
Are you going to union it?
I think so, aren't we?
Yeah, it makes sense to union it because you don't get the duplicates, do you? You could concatenate, but then if you got the same ones, you get multiple of them.
You shouldn't ever get the same ones anyway.
Yeah, you can't actually even build the board like that, can you?
No, you can't put two symbols on the same square.
Oh, right. I was thinking just doing it on the board loader.
Oh, I didn't even save any of these files.
And
No.
just add it to the,
That's what I was meaning. If we did it on the board loader,
just add it to the collection.
then they wouldn't have had that problem with the actions thing. But
Yeah.
this is probably better because we can tell them apart.
Yeah.
There's no extension method.
Is there not? That's annoying, isn't it?
This is no method. Why did it not just throw an error in
I can't even get
the idea?
Huh? Walls. What is wall?
Collection.
Walls and I read only collection. Why can't we do union?
You'll have to cast it to a list for first.
It is a collection. It should. Is it just because this is just being stupid? I also don't get any intelligence.
You don't either. Oh.
It doesn't underline anything. No, not there. It does in certain parts, I think. Oh, there we go. That's better. So it's picked to the link now. Oh, and then I got IntelliSense again.
We probably want to do this in the constructor if we're going to do this.
You need to return as read only, or will it just cast?
Yeah, well, you can. A list is an I read only collection. The thing what as read only does is it stops people casting it back to its original type.
Right.
So because this is a list implements an I read only collection.
Yeah.
If I got an I read only collection, I can just cast it back into a list and go add.
You can put
As if I say explicitly as read only,
then it's
you won't let me.
Yeah, we should do
Well, let
this
me
in
add
the
it.
constructor though, because this is going to happen several times a second. Isn't it? We're going to do an allocation because that to list is an allocation. So
Yeah, so we can just do walls.
yeah,
Create something private with walls in it.
yeah.
What happens if you tread on a pressure point and one of the walls moves?
We don't support that at the moment. There's no failing test for that, so it's fine.
What's with this? Why is it no knowable field of walls is not initialized? Consider
You're
declaring.
not saying it yet.
I have it set it here. Oh, no. I just called the thing and didn't actually even set it.
That'd be better.
That's a bit silly.
That union doesn't take very long. Even if you called it every time.
Union them, but the to list does an allocation because it's not a cast.
All right, to do it. Yeah, okay,
What?
That didn't work.
What didn't work about it?
Oh, it's because it's using the wrong game now. Because this requires the construct to be called each time. As before it was using the other game.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So this pass. Yeah. So we've got a problem with one of our other tests though, which is the one about PacMan can't face a wall.
Yeah.
Because that test shouldn't be passing now.
It shouldn't be passing.
Because of that bug in action.
Yeah, so
Right.
So the test for that needs to. So that's
well, that's probably right though, still, because it can still take up game settings because it is a wall.
But he also can't face a
door. Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want to go through doors.
Oh, right. It's not that it's failing. It should fail.
Yeah, it's a new requirement. Yeah, so it's.
Yeah.
Well, it depends if we're assuming we should always like take them off walls or not.
Yeah, we should do.
We should take him
Game.
off game.
Definitely the correct code is to change game settings to game.
Yeah.
Do we just change that?
Yeah, it can do.
Is this supposed to be just game?
Yeah.
Should we have a test?
That's what I meant. Is that, ought we have a test? But then we wouldn't have had a test if we'd written it the other way to begin with. So it's a bit weird.
That's
Yeah,
it.
well, that's the thing. Well, yeah, I'm guessing that the walls being that's why like it's a bit weird, because I think we should have still written the test of the PacMan saying the PacMan can't walk into a door, because this is the very implementation.
Yeah, technically we've been playing it and we've gone, oops, we can walk through that ghost door. Why can we do that? And then we would have written a test.
Yeah, because so we've tested the implementation of it, not tested the behavior. And I think that's the reason why this is weird.
We've not given it circumstances.
So I still think like we should have tested it from the PacMan trying to walk into a wall and the ghost trying to walk into a wall, into a door. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I guess we could change the PacMan test now and they'll actually fail.
Yeah, let's do that anyway.
So cannot move into a wall. So this is the.
It's probably the other one actually. It's cannot face wall, isn't it? I think it's.
PacMan cannot turn to face the wall.
Yeah.
Well, it would fail the PacMan can't.
What's going on here?
What have you done?
I haven't pressed anything. It's trying to debug it for some reason. I have no idea.
What are we testing? Turn to face door.
Yeah.
PacMan can't turn to face door.
Yeah.
And then we can have that still.
Yeah.
We can literally just put door.
Yeah, that should do it.
It should be identical. Huh? 4 tests. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
because it's a theory.
Yeah, because you've run it 4 times.
Yeah, so that's failing because it's letting us face it. So if we go into here, change this to game, game, game,
And then state machine.
game.
Yeah.
And we get 8.
Worse.
Really? Oh my.
What's failing though?
The wall ones fail now. Huh?
Why can't we turn to face wall?
Oh, I know why. It's because we knew that we changed. We changed it. We started the game before changing the.
Yeah, you just need to move that line up.
Yeah, so that needs to go. Yeah. That also needs to go there. What? That doesn't make any sense. So PacMan location is that now.
Yeah.
Direction. YouTube for the one as well.
It's a bit weird now because we've now got 2 change directions next to each other. There was code between them before.
Oh, yeah.
What was between them? It'll be on the.
Yeah, if you compare to source, maybe compared to.
What's it in Ghost? PacMan test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where is it about?
Yeah, because he added the wall in between it, into it, between the tests. That's fine. So actually, we can. It's not that, is it? I think that's the thing. I think the PacMan so this expected direction is what we want it to be at. So then we can change PacMan to be a new PacMan at. I don't know, it doesn't make any difference. This doesn't, I think.
No.
And then we can put his direction at expected direction. That'd be the right test. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get rid of this one.
I mean, do the same thing on that other test as well.
On the door one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get rid of aspect.
Yeah. That should play a bit better now.
Yep, PacMan. I feel it should still be we should do the other tests as well. If PacMan can't move into it. Even though that's such a full pass right now. I feel like it's missing tests.
Yeah, I think you're right. But then if we're going to do that, probably should split them back out so it's not. So walls don't contain doors.
You could rename walls to be walls and doors.
Well, yeah, that would work.
Technically, the one test which demonstrates that walls contains doors guarantees that all the others pass anyway, unless you split them out and run them separately.
Well, the problem is that these tests, even though we know ourselves that the walls are the doors, from these tests, there's nothing in it saying you can't walk through a door.
No.
So that's why I feel like they should still be there. It is literally just copy and pasting this back out there.
Yeah, it's not a massive amount, is it?
Yeah, some ghost tests as well, like ghosts should not be able to walk into a wall. Into a wall too.
That's good.
Yeah, maybe they're the only ones though.
No, because this one won't work. This one will fail as well because game settings should be declared further up. Which it can't be actually. I don't know why it's down here. Oh, it's down here so we can change direction to face it.
Because it moves first, and then you stick the wall behind it, so it can't turn back round.
No. So we're facing the direction Oh yeah, I think the thing is you just change game settings to be. I think we just changed this, don't we? Where is PacMan this one? Oh, here.
This is an older style test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what? There's actually. Oh, that's in. So that sets PacMan up. We add a wall. We don't change direction. We just tick. Why we got score? My score like tested here.
No, I think that's just it's one of the original tests and we copied it.
To say
Do we?
No, I think that can go because that's not what we're testing, is it?
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
I think our first ever test was score does not increase or something when you don't do anything, and then we copied that to that one. Oh dear.
That was a fail.
Is it? No, facing that way.
So we're going with 10, 10, and 9, 10. I cannot move into doors, but I cannot move into doors.
These right? These are wrong, don't they?
Oh no, they're just numbers.
They're the offset, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. To these ones, so that I'll move it up.
So he has moved, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You need that offset now. You could just add direction now.
Well, you do the opposite direction, yeah. Yeah, so in theory you wouldn't need them.
Yeah, you can just do the direction. It's just doors, add. Yes, in 95. I'm just doing let's go Y. Add direction to face, is it?
No, so you can do location dot plus direction dot opposite. So you can.
Oh, you've taken location, yes. So, yeah, do that one. Was it opposite?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're facing up, so you want the cell down, don't you? Maybe you should end up at the same location and facing the same direction.
Yeah.
I still think it's going to fail because that's the same as the test was there before.
Yeah.
Which I don't really get.
That's what we've done. So we're facing up.
We're facing up, and we want to put something
Above us, don't we?
So our direction to face should be faced on 105. We should be asserting. Yeah, yes. We want to try and.
Oh no, it's not. It's not opposite. It's in front of it.
Yeah, it's just that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Still 4. Is that PacMan cannot move into doors? PacMan cannot move into doors. 10, 10, we found at 10, 11. So it is moving, isn't it?
So he's already facing the right way. So it'd be on PacMan move then, wouldn't it? So actions.
Add location plus direction.
Yeah, so it's going to be move PacMan. We're not checking game settings again,
Oh,
are we?
we are using game settings.
Yes, that's why. Yeah, on line 103. Yep. Yeah, so it is actually a bug. I think that proves Kevin's point.
Yeah.
Well, we got portals there as well. So, but that doesn't make any difference with portals, does it?
No.
But
What needs game settings in the state?
nothing.
So,
Shouldn't do.
so
No,
what-
because we've been slowly moving things off. There were a couple of things like portals originally, but
should we just check for game settings and start getting rid of it?
Yeah, but I think if it is a problem, I think they should have tests of why it is a problem.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think it's because we wasn't testing behavior. We're just testing the implementation of what we thought of.
Power
That's it.
Peleton's the other one.
Which is fine because they don't move and then don't change on the actual.
what's it failing
Yeah,
there?
but whether it's why would that interact with settings?
Cannot move into walls.
Power Peleton.
No, it's not saved them all. Come on.
Make ghost edible. Game settings. Ghost edible. Direction picker. Okay, that's why. That's fair enough, that one. Yeah, we don't use it anywhere else. So that will be the last one.
Still doesn't work.
What does the test look like compared to? Is this can walk into doors or can walk into walls? Still can walk into walls.
Walls can't move into a wall. So we got the game. We start like, wait a minute, can't move it. Oh, they'll change a different test.
Oh, yeah, it's a different test now.
Can't move into walls.
This is the
I think-
original one now. Yeah.
Can't move into
Why is
walls.
this now broken?
It's because we're checking game, not game settings, and game settings you can't change it
Oh,
once the
yeah,
game's
yeah.
running
Yep. Okay. Yep.
because it copies it now. So we need to.
You can probably
move-
copy your test from can't walk into doors and change.
That's right. Yeah. It's quite interesting to see like how much it's changed though. Like how we don't use random numbers for everything, and
Yeah.
we can just plus things together and stuff. I think that's quite nice.
I find it just makes you want to go back and change your old code.
Yeah.
Time you do it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's still compatible, isn't it? This thing.
Yeah. But we're almost not using coordinates anymore.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because now if we switch the implementation to use like, linked cells like I did in the bot, then the test would still work. Well, some of them would.
It's almost you could go to your cell constructor or your cell class and remove the cast, the automatic cast, and then to clear up the code that errors out now, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And get rid of it, and everything would work on cell locations.
Oh, you've got semicolon missing line 66.
Damn. There's smaller red. It's got.
No, it's that blooming score.
Oh, okay.
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 Cool. Oh.
Should we run it?
Running.
I'm going to try and walk into the ghost house.
Should I try to? I can't get into here. If we eat the pills, yeah, exits.
Yeah, haven't gone back in. Yeah. That's looking like a proper game now.
I guess they should really go back to their home slowly. So just teleporting back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
There's that and the fruit to do in there, really.
Yeah. Oh, to be fair, I think it's quite playable now. I quite like it. It's quite good.
Yes.
Good. Cool. I think should end it there.
You've got any issues to clear off, or?
I think so. I've got the created a ghost. I'm going to create a ghost builder class to build up the ghost, so you don't have to have a massive constructor in the tests all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, just so we can just say new ghost with blah.
Yeah.
So a lot of these don't care.
Yeah. The way I've been doing those recently at work is by having so you do new ghost and then pass in a function that allows you to modify the ghost. I don't know if that's how you do them.
New ghost.
So so you do like ghost builder dot new ghost or whatever.
Yeah. So I use the new ghost with on a direction.
Oh, right. So
Fluent.
And then do something like that.
Yeah, I'll show you what I was doing.
And then inside of Ghost Builder, you can just have a bunch of like defaults.
Yeah. So I've been doing similar idea, but let me just type there. So like ghost builder dot create or something like that, and then having a function that gives you a ghost back.
I mean, set properties on it.
Yeah, and then do like dot direction equals left.
Yeah, the problem with that is when we're mutable.
Oh yeah, we aren't we? Yeah.
You could do that by exposing, I suppose, some other object what you're modifying.
Yeah, your way's better. Your way's fine.
Where create's actually returning some sort of half ghost.
Yeah. So this would have to be a different object.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit messy then.
And then you have to map through afterwards.
Yeah.
We might just need to add some more with statements to ghost though.
That's fine. It's just going to have the default stuff, because I think a lot of these are like direction left, I think. It's pretty much what other all are. Even if they're going right, they face left, but they're going right.
Are you thinking about builder just for the tests? Or
Yeah.
Full stop?
Just for the tests. Just so when we modify the constructor, we don't have to keep modifying the constructor for all of them, because the constructor shouldn't have like defaults on them, especially like this thing shouldn't be a default, because it should be specified. But in our test, we only put that on there for our tests.
I was thinking more, and if you did a generic one, the ghost builder, and you could start from another ghost. And so
you could do that. You could do like new ghost builder passing you could do
ghost.
So I always think it should look like string, like kind of like the string builder one, where you can pass in something. Does string builder do that?
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah.
And then append the stuff. That way, all those methods that we keep on having to, where we keep on having to do with ghost, with direction and frightened, or with something else or something else.
Yeah.
And then just write all those fluently instead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of them work the same way. Where have we gone? Because I think the URI builder one's the same thing. So URI builder, you can just pass a whole URI into it.
Yeah.
And then once you've got that, you can then just go builder dot path equals new, and then builder URI. So I imagine it looks something like that, where you can just keep changing bits a bit.
Yeah.
Either by the properties or by some method calls.
Yeah.
The method calls I think are about nice because you can actually say with direction left or whatever, or some explicit things.
Yeah.
And it also means if no, I was trying to think if there was something that implied, yeah, like if you had to set two things together, then with makes a lot more sense. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to set I can't even think of something, but if you wanted to set a scatter policy, you'd need a scatter point as well.
Yeah.
Your width would have to take 2 parameters for that.
Yeah. And also when we get the next version of C#, which is going to have the widths built in, isn't it? So
yeah,
make it easy to switch over.
Yeah, especially for like Ghost and PacMan and things like that, where things are mutable. That's gonna be quite nice. Cool. Should we wrap it up there then?
I think so. That's good.
Yeah, been pretty productive.
Yeah,
felt a bit slow to start off with, but I think got there.
Don't forget to fill that bit out.
Yeah. I'll remove it out. It's not even saved, so it's fine. Let's just close it.
Never happened.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Right. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.